Hello, it's really nice that you joined us. We are just here today having a little bit of a conversation with Michael Anderson, who is the youth worker on the, let me get this right, the Knock circuit, which includes Braniel and Dundonald and Knock. Is that right, Michael? I got that right?
Absolutely. That's
Perfect.
it.
Amazing. Yeah, so we just wanted to catch up with Michael to see what he has been up to over lockdown and to see how he is journeying and discipling young people in this season. So before we get into that, Michael, I have a couple of quick fire questions for you. You up for it?
Okay, let's give it a go.
Perfect. So, Michael, favorite hand sanitizer?
Oh, I don't have one. I just use whatever I go in through the door, whatever one's there. I haven't branded myself with a sanitizer yet.
Amazing. Okay. Have you made banana bread in the last few months, Michael?
I haven't made any breads. Sorry.
Oh, Michael, you need to get on that.
We have a farm shop down the end of the road that does good wheaten bread. So
Well,
that's where I go.
so
I make banana bread and I have wheaten bread.
Amazing. Best thing you've watched on Netflix, Michael?
I'm all about sports, so I've pretty much watched all the sport documentaries, like All or Nothing on Amazon, or the Take Us Home one. Mark Hahn will be happy that I've watched the Leeds one. So kind of anything sports related for me.
Oh.
And just having sport back at the minute is great.
Yep. All right. And last one, Michael, be honest here. Have you watched Church in your pajamas?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. Coffee in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, well, as I said, Michael, we just wanted to catch up with you to see how you have been connecting with young people over the last few months, what's been going on for you as a youth worker and as you journey with young people. So what have you been up to? What has youth ministry looked like?
For a long time, I don't think any of us had an answer for that, but for me, it was just relational, catching up with people. From kind of March to June time, we met twice a week online. Once was purely fun entertainment. Let's do another quiz on Zoom. And then Sunday night, we tried to be a little bit more focused, but it didn't always pan out that way. But it was just 2 times where we're doing relationship with our young people. Over the summer, then we were kind of allowed to meet up outdoors, and we did that. We went to Stormont with our teens and just kind of had lunch together. We brought a picnic and chatted, caught up, played some socially distant games, those sort of things. And then as church has kind of got back to open, we've been able to meet together as a group as well. So we've been able to meet in our centre on Sunday evenings, which is excellent. We do it in 2 groups just because of numbers and distancing and all that there. We meet in 2 groups in 2 different rooms and all that there sort of stuff. So that's certainly what's been for us. Like at the minute, we're not meeting again just because we're in lockdown, but you know, it fluctuates and it comes and goes, and that's we just roll with it a little bit.
Yeah. So now, obviously, as you said, we're back. Restrictions have tightened a little bit again. We're not allowed to gather and meet in person. So what does it look like now moving forward, Michael, as you've thought about youth ministry and how you continue to disciple young people?
So I think for us, we're going to still meet on a Sunday evening in kind of our 7s, 8s, up to 12 groups. They're going to change. That's going to change focus from what it's been before, because that has been the primary area that we have discipled children and young people on our circuit. And that's just going to change to more relational, fun, entertainment sort of stuff. There will still be some content, but it won't be nearly as discipleship focused as it has been in the past. And we're trying to move towards mentoring in 2s and 3s, where a mentor will meet with 2 or 3 teenagers and disciple them that way. I think it's probably the most sustainable way of doing discipleship at the minute, because we met for 5 weeks as a group, and then suddenly we've just shut down again for a couple of weeks, and then we'll meet back again in a couple of weeks' time. But we've always been able to meet in 2s and 3s. We've always been able to go for walks. We've always been able to get a takeaway coffee, or we've always been able, not right now, when the cafes are open, we're always able to go sit in a coffee shop. And I think those are important places for us and important ways for us to do discipleship. So that's how we're going to do it. We're going to kind of look at the mentoring path, shall we say, for discipleship in the next few months.
Yeah. And then why specifically mentoring, Michael? You've talked about, obviously, the sustainability if we go back into lockdown and everything, but what do you think is key about mentoring?
It's just, I just think it's the best way to do it at the minute. And, we see countless examples where people were mentored in scripture. We you see so many times where an older person took a younger person under their wing and fed them Jesus and fed them scripture, and I think that's important. And I just think it's the best way to do it. I think there's many different ways we can do it. You could do small groups, you could do big events like Autumn Soul, which was so good. But I think the small group, really small groups where you get to ask tough questions, you get to ask stuff like that, is a good way to do it. We've used mentoring in the last year. We use Walk With Me, the app that you guys were part of developing, and it's just excellent. It's all there for you. There's 6 parts of your session are laid out for you. There's a little bit of prep. There's a little bit of stuff to do after. It's excellent. It's just the best way to do it, in my opinion.
Yeah, and certainly as we've had conversations with lots of different youth workers, so many of them actually have been brought back to the small, and actually how we journey with the small group. Like Jesus chose a small group to journey with, but actually he believed that through that small group huge things could happen. They did. So actually there is something I think key about journeying with individual young people, isn't there? And actually then that involves wider than just you as well, but actually how do you bring others then within church on board to actually, they have things to offer as well, so they might not be 100%. Necessarily the youth worker who runs the programs or up front, but actually there's something really key, I think, even about those intergenerational relationships, isn't there, and about learning from one another.
And as you say, Jesus had his 12, but he also had his little 4, and that's kind of what it is. We have this bigger group that is split in 2 at the moment, but within that we're going to break it down even further, so that they can all have one kind of mentor who they know, trust, and can rely on in moments of their life. And we hope these are foundational relationships for them as teenagers going forward as well.
Yeah, amazing. And how did you find the Walk With Me app and getting up and running and everything, Michael? How was that?
Very easy. It's not a complicated app, but it's very easy. You sign up, you have your mobilizer, although I'm our mobilizer, but you link in with someone and you go for, we met in coffee shops. We did it before lockdown. It's been difficult to do so far in lockdown, but we're definitely looking into it now. So before lockdown, we just met in a coffee shop. We went and got our tea or coffee, put our phone in airplane mode, and opened the app, and you go with it, and it's all ready to go. You have your icebreaker questions that lead you in, and you've scripture to read, you've questions that are asked, and you all just share those, and then hopefully your mentor has a few pearls of wisdom to throw in there, but if they don't, they're part of a great conversation. And it's at the start, it's all relational, really. You're just getting to know people, and then as the conversation flows, that's when Jesus works in the middle of it. And we've had 2 mentors and 4 mentees go through it, and they've all loved it, and we can't wait to get started again, and now after this lockdown finishes again.
Yeah, amazing. Certainly we've been loving hearing stories of people who have been engaging not just with the Walk With Me app, but who have actually been looking at mentoring and what that means, and we've loved being out and doing training with you guys for your mentors and everything as well. So yeah, it's been really encouraging to see you guys do that. So so thank you, I guess, for what you guys are doing and how you're choosing to invest in young people in this season, and when things are strange and odd and we don't know what that looks like going forward. But we really appreciate people who are just journeying with and walking with our young people. So thank you, Michael. It's really lovely to hear from you today.
Yeah, you too.
And blessings as you move forward. Take care.
Thank you. Yeah, bye. You too. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.